Hi there, I'm Caroline Taylor and welcome to the Ingles table. Today I'm going to show you my favorite slow-cooked Asian beef short ribs with a sweet and tangy cherry glaze. I got everything I need at Ingles, so let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is tell a little story. Because this recipe is so easy, it's going to take no time at all. So when my husband and I were on our honeymoon, we went to Maui, and he took me to this little off the beaten path restaurant in a strip mall of all things. And I was like, oh my, he said, no, the food's fantastic. We went in, it was completely authentic, and the dish of the day was Asian short ribs with this wonderful glaze. And I'm not gonna lie, he ordered a second plate and ate all of it. Well, I tasted it and I said, I can do this. So we live on a cattle ranch. So actually these beef short ribs came directly off of our ranch, but Ingles carries them all the time and they are absolutely fantastic. It's going to take so little time to put this together, you're not going to believe it, because you can actually start with a frozen cut of beef, because everything is going to go in the most wonderful invention since sliced bread, and that is the crock pot. Who does not love their crock pot? And it makes it so easy. So basically it's one of those dump recipes. So the first thing you want to do, you don't even have to salt, pepper, you don't have to do anything to this except put the pork in, put the ribs in there, right? But I'm going to start with the liquid. This has got a sweet and tangy glaze to it, so I want to start with sweet and sour sauce. This is an Ingles brand and absolutely my favorite. Just dump the whole bottle. I'm sure that the folks in Maui made their own. I'm not going to do that, and I promise you it's not as good as this. So because we need some water in here anyway, and I'm Italian, I don't want to lose anything, I'm going to pour a little of that water in there, because that would have gone in there anyway. Let me get the rest of that out of there, because we don't want to waste anything, right? Look, nice and clean. My grandmother, my nonna, would be so proud. So there we go. So now we've got the sweet and sour sauce. We're going to use about 1/4 cup of rice wine vinegar. It adds that little bite to it that is so good. I'm just going to dump that in there. I'm just going to eyeball it, because trust me, this is not one of those, it's not like baking a cake. I hate that. Too precise for me. Now we're going to want some soy sauce. I use the light soy sauce. I just like it better. We're going to put, oops, that's not even open. That's a new one. How did I do that? Let me pop this off real quick. Just going to stick my finger down in there. There we go. We're going to do about 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Don't get crazy. It sounds like a lot, but you need it. I'm just going to pour that right in there, about 1/2 cup. You can do less, but don't do less than 1/3 cup. You're just not going to like the end product. Now, my secret ingredient. I do a can of tart cherries. Don't buy the pie filling. Don't get it over there. Get it in the regular fruit, canned fruit section. These are whole tart cherries, not sweet cherries, tart cherries. The whole can and the juice go in there. Okay, so just, again, you're just dumping all this stuff in here, which makes it so fantastic. Now, I've got about 4 roughly chopped cloves of garlic. I'm going to put that right in there. Get all the garlic. Don't lose any of the garlic. Ginger. I don't use a lot of ginger, but every time I do, I love it. So I've taken the ginger. You don't even have to mince it up. I leave it in there whole so you can pop it out. It has a bite to it. So I'm going to put all this ginger in here. I don't know, maybe 1/2 of a knob of ginger, just sliced right up. You don't even have to shave the outside off, right? Last but not least, you don't need any salt. You really don't need any pepper. It's got plenty of bite to it. I've got, this is honey from our farm. You can get wonderful honey, all kinds of different honeys. About 1/2 cup of honey. Again, you're going to go, oh, so much sweet. I promise you, there's not too much sweet at all. So put it all in there. Don't waste any of it. If I was home, I'd probably even put it in the microwave to get every little drop. And then we're going to pop this short rib rack in there, and I'm going to close up my crock pot, and we'll be back in a minute. So 6 hours later, I put everything in the crock pot, turn it on low for 6 hours, and just let it go. Here's a trick. little bones in the short ribs. When they start coming out, most people say, oh, the meat's tender. It's really not ready. You really want those bones to come completely out. Leave it in the crock pot for at least another hour after that, because you really want that succulent, moist, really falling off the bone meat. Makes it so very good. Again, about 6 hours. You can cook this the night before, which I did for demonstration purposes today. You can cook it the night before, put it in the refrigerator. It'll even be better warmed up tomorrow. So, in the island of Maui, they serve this just in a bowl with a little scoop of rice. We're in Western North Carolina. We like mashed potatoes. Something else I did, I went by the Ingles deli yesterday. I got the mashed potatoes. They're delicious. They're done. I didn't have to do a thing. So here's our mashed potatoes. Look at that. So good. My absolute favorite. Okay, so you can see we got the cherries in there. They have not fallen apart. They're just, look how pretty that is, right? I'm going to go ahead and gently take my little rib out. Put it, they're going to take a picture of this later, so I have to do a really good job. Whoop, my bone. I'm going to pop that out. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that because I'm going to make a mess. I'm going to leave that in there. It really does look better. I did that on purpose. So, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I'm so happy. I wish you had smell-o-vision. Now we have to do the sauce. Oh, I forgot to tell you. After everything was done, I took a little cornstarch slurry and put it in here just to tighten up the sauce. Make it, look at that. Oh my gosh. My husband was so mad when I left this morning. He said, where are you going with that? I said, I'm going to the Ingles table. And he said, you can't take that, I want it. I'm gonna have to make another batch for him. So there's the cherries, so everybody knows that that's a cherry glaze. Look at that. You can't believe how good it is. Gotta do a little gild the lily. And your family will think you're a rock star. Asian slow-cooked short ribs with a cherry sauce on creamy mashed potatoes. Bon appetit. Thank you for joining me here at the Ingles table, and don't forget to check out our website for more tips, tricks, and recipes. See you next time.